Is it 8 p.m.? I know we're live, but I just wanted to make sure it's 8 p.m. before we actually started. It's 8 p.m. Welcome to After Hours Live with your girl, Sherri Shabazz, and my co-host, IT, our resident asshole, all of the above, Nigel.
Hola.
If you're just tuning in, this is Sherri Shabazz. I take our live tour and bring it to the white couch at our house, and we just talk about everything when it comes to sex, love, intimacy, dating, hot topics, all the good stuff. Usually the things that you cannot discuss at work, church, around your kids, and this is why it's called After Hours. So sit back, grab your favorite beverage. I just ask that you bring an open mind and no judgment, and let's just discuss. We're gonna go ahead and get right into it. I wrote a book that was published on National Sex Day, June 9th, 2025. It's called Pleasure Principle. And in this book, we have this chapter that I love so much. It's called Uncharted Territory, the Power Struggle. So my book is not just like, it's not smut, it's very spicy, but it also teaches you, it's very edutaining. Very edutaining. That's what I say. So you learn while you're being entertained. We have some questions before the chapter, and then we also have some questions after the chapter.
Made that word up?
No, entertainment? No, well, actually, my chat GPT, Nola, yeah, she helped me with that. Because she's like, Sherri, you're very entertaining. Okay, anyway, you're a hater. Oh, yeah, he's also master hater. So the book it's like thought-provoking, you know what I mean? It's great for, what do you call those things? Book clubs, just talking with your girlfriend. So in this chapter, we are talking about a power struggle. And I find it interesting because right now, one of those couples who do have a lot of power, but they may play a little differently than most married couples. I'm not even going to say most, because a lot of married couples play differently. It's their business, so it's not shared with the world. If you guys don't know, that's T.I. and Tiny. Right now they're beefing with your boy 50 Cent. Who is it 50 Cent beefing with? But this is like a huge beef between T.I., his son King, and Tiny just was like an innocent bystander as usual, and 50 Cent came for her. So the reason why I brought them up, because, most couples who are entertaining, and again, I don't want to use the word most because I don't know everyone's bedroom behavior, but a lot of people who have those crazy schedules tend to have different dynamics when it comes to sexual relationships, right? You know what I mean, Nigel, when I say that?
Yeah, that's the one up.
So what do I mean when I say that? I just want to make sure you're on board.
Go ahead.
I asked you a question. What do you mean? Go ahead.
I'm trying to make sure the equipment don't fall down.
Okay. So anywho, this chapter we talk about, it's a prominent couple, both of them, the man and the female. They both have prominent roles. They're well known in their community. There are these, parents that are extremely involved with their kids, the whole nine. But they have a situation. And a lot of people think that, when you have an open relationship, there's no rules. Because most people just assume, most people are ignorant, like we usually judge what we don't know. We usually have the strongest opinions on things we don't know. Like right now, the whole thing that's going on with Mexico, everybody's like, I'm not going to Mexico. I'm not going to Mexico. Not realizing what's going on is in one part of Mexico. It's like, something going on in California and you don't travel to Florida. So most people who are ignorant to a situation usually have a lot to say. So this couple has an open dynamic, but of course, like any relationship, there are rules, there are boundaries you should not cross when you play in Pandora's box. So this couple have an open relationship sexually. However, their open relationship is closed to the public, which again, like I said, which is the dynamics for a lot of people who have status, I should say. Because, there are some people who are just like, no, we're open. Like last week we talked, and there's this lady that's going viral. She has 2 men. And of course, she does interviews about it. Everyone knows about it. Okay, cool. It's an open relationship. Everyone knows, about Monique and her husband. Everyone knows about Tiana Taylor and her ex-husband because they share these things. But for the most part, a lot of people usually tend to keep it on the hush when you have kids or when you have a position that needs you to be a little bit more reserved. So with her husband being a doctor, of course, everybody and their mother don't need to know. But because he is a doctor, their schedules just don't align. So they both understand that, and they're like, "Hey, I know you as my wife, you have a very strong sexual appetite, so I'm not going to deprive you of what you want. Just make sure no one knows about it." Nigel, now as a male, how common is this for men to allow? I hate to say the word allow because it makes it seem like the woman is a child. But how many men, you talking to different men, you are a man, do you think can handle a situation where your wife? Yes, you two can sleep with anyone, but then for a fact that your wife is sleeping with someone else.
I don't know much men that talk about that. They're not something. At least they ain't talking to me about that.
You being after hours husbands, they don't have these random conversations with you?
No.
Sucks.
Because I don't really engage. You just be the one to be engaged in company. I don't know me. I quiet about it. But anyway, it's not for the faint-hearted. So you gotta be very secure in yourself, in your person, to be doing that. Because men have a lot of insecurities as it is.
I'm so glad you said that because people think it's only women.
Yeah, women have insecurities, men have insecurities. We both have. So it's not for everybody, obviously. But I don't know much men that do it. Besides, the random people that you may come across social media that you see that engaging in that activity. But the regular layman, maybe they have people out there, but I really haven't met people in that thing, at least to talk about it. Any men that do it.
Do you think that you could see yourself allowing? Because there are different rules. So there are some where some spouses have to know what you're getting ready to go do. They have to know the people that you're doing it with, and then there's others like I know what's going on, but I don't need to know the details. So do you think this is something that you would be able to handle as a man? If I was to say, Nigel, I want to get knocked up by somebody else.
And knocked up mean you're having baby.
No, when I say, I mean just like tapping on the cervix or something like that. I don't mean a baby. Like, do you think it's something that you can handle?
No. It just depends. But again, you gotta have rules to that shit. I mean,
tell me what's your rules.
Don't be them trifling people.
Tell me what's your rules.
You see, they have the men. You just went and somebody just load up your cap with shit, and then you have your man coming and slipping it out, and they know no better. That kind of trifling shit. That shit that'll get you killed. You know what I mean? So you can't be doing them nasty shit. Or you were just slobbing up some dick and then coming and kiss me like, what the fuck? No, take your ass, go bathe, go do something before you come back in my presence. I don't want to be smelling nobody and shit like that. So your woman is be trifling. So.
Have you ever had this experience?
No, because I see it. I see the conversation.
That just felt very personal, and I just want to know.
Oh, you did that before?
No, I said it just sounded very personal. Like, you okay?
Yeah,
Nigel, I don't know, Nigel.
We see mango season, and you see them stories.
Nigel, I don't know. Men always, men put up this tough exterior, like they can handle certain things, and then you do have those men who be like, "Oh hell no, I'll knock your head against the window." I don't know, Nigel. If I was to really go out there and say, "Okay, I found me a boo, and I want to try him," Nigel, you seem all cool, calm, collected, but I'm feeling like you might snap. You're telling me you won't snap.
I don't know if I would or wouldn't. I just say it. Okay. You just have to. You have to approach it differently. You know what I mean?
I do think in order to, a lot of people want to try polygamy. They're like, if they cheat, but they were such a good partner, or I have kids and I don't want to leave. they feel like they can have an open relationship. But it's kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, like when I was single, you know, in college, even when I moved back home and was doing my own thing, had my own apartment or whatever, I was able to juggle a lifestyle that I really enjoyed. However, there was no, like, I wasn't tied down to anybody, but I just think like being a wife is a little bit different. So it's like, okay, if he is doing his own thing, all right, cool, because I'm definitely doing my own thing. But I don't know, being a wife is a little bit different because there's so much responsibilities, and it's like, wait a minute, I'm doing XYZ, and then you're out in somebody else's guts. I don't know if I could handle that. I don't know.
Your rules will always be based off of your freaking status and stature.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell you that much because you know the higher you are, you can't just be willy-nilly all over the fucking place, like, you know.
Yeah, and that's like this couple in this chapter with Uncharted Territories. That's one of their rules. Like, because of our positions in the community and because of our kids, the world cannot know about this at all. So things get a little, you know, crazy when your third person is now someone that your husband knows. And it gets worse because in the book, this is actually, well, I'm not going to give details. You need to go and purchase the book. Mm-hmm. You need to go and purchase the book. It's on Amazon. It's called Pleasure Principles by Sherri Shabazz. Or you can go to pleasureprinciplesbook.com and purchase it directly from the site. So I won't give full details, but when the rules are broken, then what? Because I always say, you know, when you open Pandora's box, no matter what you do, if it's an orgy that you try, if it's a threesome, if it's an open relationship, if it's a cuckold situation, whatever the situation is, I always say that you have to be prepared for the consequences. Not saying there will always be consequences, but whenever you do something, you have to realize there's always pros and cons, right? And bringing someone else into a relationship, no matter how much you guys have said, all right, we're going to make this open. We have set these rules. We've set these boundaries. What happens when feelings get involved? Because in this situation, in this chapter 4, she's used to always being in total control. But then she got piped down by someone that she has never, ever just been married for some years. See, and that's the thing too. You've married for some years, so you're kind of like on a sex routine. You know, it might get spicy here and there, but for the most part, you know the things that can get you to where you need to be. You know how to get your partner to where you know. Like if you guys are really, really busy, but you're horny, you come home, you have sex for 5 minutes, you know what to do. But then when you have something new, something younger, something tender, and he has done something that has never, ever happened to you before, now you're like, oh, I done fucked up the church's money. Because, yeah, how do you get out of that? And everyone knows, I don't care how much we want to try and downplay it, I always say that sex is one of the strongest drugs that are out. Penis and vagina have people losing careers, homes, and their entire family. So I always say that's kind of like one of yes, street drugs will have you looking stressed and have you looking like, you know, your ass just had too much. But sex, look at Nigel. Nigel married something he had no business marrying at all. Just stuck in the matrix. Stuck in the matrix. You don't think so, Nigel?
I ain't no matrix.
I always say, as adults,
this thing called life.
As adults, we think that we are strong enough to handle certain situations. And I'm like, we can't even get it right with picking the right baby father sometimes or the right baby mother. We can't get it right with picking the right spouse. So when you add sex in the mix, like, you're not always as strong as you think you can be. And also, before we jump into the next topic, but I do want to talk about this next topic. I'm going to put in a pin in it. I also want to talk about double standards, because you have to realize, again, we're wired differently. So like what we talked about last year, if you are a man who feels neglected, like you don't get compliments enough, you're not getting paid any attention. Yes, you may not be emotionally invested into the relationship, But if you get a little young tenderoni that's telling you, oh, papi, you fine, you looking young, and treating you like you're 25 again, you're going to start popping your shit a little differently. You know what I mean? Or as a woman, you know, you've been with somebody for a long time and now you have somebody that's treating you, they're giving you a whole different lifestyle that you were never used to before. Like, hey, now you're selling yourself. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you didn't even know that you could be sold. So there are different things that you have to take into consideration. And I don't think that we do. I think a lot of us think that we are strong enough to handle certain things. But I always tell you guys, when you open Pandora's box, you have to be ready for the consequences. So I'm gonna give a couple of scenarios, Nigel, and you could tell me yay or nay. But before we get into that, we do have to handle some church announcements. Make sure you guys check out the hoodies, Maca. Make America Come Again. And if you're not familiar with macaroon, I think you should get familiar with macaroon. It helps with stamina, it helps with libido, it helps women get moist, helps men keep their erections lasting longer. It's better than Viagra. And most importantly, it is all natural. Okay. So that vitality that you're going to have came natural, baby. So you don't have to worry about a heart attack. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, heart palpitations. Is this thing going to go down? You don't have to worry about any of that. And macaroon is one of the main ingredients in my libido booster that is sold at sherryshabazz.com. That's Sherri with 2 R's and an I. And then you can also get these cities because it's cold. It's really cold. Midwest, up north, you guys have been snowed in.
The East Coast.
The East Coast.
They had snow again today.
Left to right, left to right. So you guys need these cities. Make America come again. And again, they're unisex. They come from female, male. They're on my website, sherryshabazz.com, along with the libido booster. Again, like I said, it's better than Viagra and it's healthy, 100% natural, sea moss, honey, dates, and macaroon. Also, it's tax season, guys. If you need your taxes done, this is the man for you. This is your accountant, Mr. Professional. He's not going to jail for you. So if you need anything illegal, this is not your guy. Now, if you want to do it the right way, Nigel owns a Liberty Tax franchise. Come and see him. If you do not live in the state, that is okay. You don't have to live in Florida. You don't have to live in Fort Lauderdale. You can fax, email,
upload on a portal,
call WhatsApp, the whole nine. Any other church announcements while I'm here? Don't forget the book. Don't forget the book, Pleasure Principles. Okay, and it comes with this lovely bookmark. I'm fine, ain't I? Yeah, it comes with this lovely bookmark. And I'm not saying this just because I wrote the book. It really is a good, deep, thought-provoking good book, and it's great for what are those things called? I forgot what they're called. Book clubs. So yeah, I think we're done with the church announcements. We are going back on the tour. I think we're starting our tour in the summer. Those dates will be coming up pretty soon. So if you guys are looking for us, we are coming back, but we're just doing the state of Florida first because we want to perfect what we have been doing. Nigel, am I forgetting anything before I continue? Nigel's birthday is on Saturday. So if you're in South Florida and you know us, message me, DM me, get the information of where we're going to be partying on Saturday. Happy Pisces seasons to all you bipolar ass mofos. I love you though.
Big up, big up, big up. All my Pisces people.
Yeah, I love you.
We are the best. We are the best.
I'm trying to see. I feel like I'm missing something. I just got back from Dominica. Shout out to all the Dominicans. Listen, I had a time, baby. If you thought about doing Dominica's Carnival, go ahead and do it. Yes, it's expensive to get. It is extremely, listen, I could have been in Asia twice. Could have been in Africa twice. My ticket was crazy. To get there was, but it was so worth it. It was so worth it. We did like a lot of touring. We were with, a local that showed us the local way. They got some good weed. If you Haitian, go to Dominica. They love Haitians. They love the culture. They respect you guys. Like they big you up. They big you up like none other. It was such a great. That experience was just dope. And I do not ask me which carnival is better. I don't do that. I think every carnival serves its purpose. For me, Dominica was more like spiritual with their Juve. it just like it. It was just different. And then Trinidad, of course, is Trinidad. Like I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing the two. I will say this though, when it comes to the KFC, you guys haven't told me Dominica is up there. Dominica is. I still think Trinidad is number one, and I'm not saying that because a Trini plugs into me at night. I'm not saying that. Trinidad, I have had Jamaica, I've had Nassau, I've had St. Martin, and now Dominica. And I'm just talking about the Caribbean. So I'm not talking about anywhere else. Just the Caribbean, because y'all know there's a battle standard between Jamaica and Trinidad. Trinidad is still number one, but baby, I think Dominica might be. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Again, it's some islands I still have to try. But when you guys are talking KFC, how come Dominica's not in the rotation? Because they belong in the rotation. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my life back. I came back sick. Shout out to Grandma's Blessing. I am plugging my other business. I also do holistic remedies if you guys need that. Thank God for Grandma's Blessing. It got me back because I was down bad. My hair was looking like I exclusively date white men only, and not for their money, but for love. It was bad. It was bad. So I'm just now trying to I need to get myself together before Saturday. But anyway, back to Uncharted territories. This is actually one of my favorite sex scenes because I kind of like step outside the box. I've never, sorry, Nigel, pretend like you're not married. I've never been with anybody younger than me that I think, it's been a long time. I'm old now too. I don't think. So I had to the characters were a little bit different from me, but like I told you guys, I write based off of if you tell me a story, I see it. I was not there, I don't know, but I see it. So I write based off of what I feel, not necessarily in reality. It's a mixture of my perspective and then reality as well. So you might tell me something and I'm like, oh, I saw something totally different. So I'm gonna put that in the mix, right? So I had to kind of dive in a little bit deeper because I've never had sex with a YN. This wasn't necessarily a YN, but it was a young brother and he took her through it. And I just love this sex scene. I love this sex scene. I just love it. It was her first time ever squirting. So y'all already know when somebody get inside your body and teach you something new, you're never letting go. You're never letting go. Nigel, you're not impressed. This is actually a compliment to you, brother. You just not getting up off there, you're not letting it go. And that is one of these situations. So they have had, again, like I said, people have open relationships, people have rules, and they've never ever crossed those rules, those boundaries, right? But what happens when you do? Because you can't always control life. And I always say there's so many lessons to things. We just think, oh, okay, I'm gonna go fuck this shit right quick. My girl gave me a hall pass. I could do it. I could go and fuck this shit. But then you get this shit and you realize her vagina have teeth. This shit is biting you. It's gripping. The jaws of life have pulled you in. Speaking of teeth, no, teeth in a good way. Snatching, gum, okay. But I mean in a good way. But speaking of teeth, there was a poll that I put on my page. I need to, Nigel, you're a guy. If I have any other guys in the audience, y'all know I can't see. But if I have any other guys in the audience, I do want you guys to chime in. When we're doing our Kegels, when we're quinting on the penis, if you guys aren't familiar with it, when a penis is inside of you and you're squeezing, making it a little tighter, like the same you do with your jaws or whatever, do you prefer she pull while it's going in, or do you prefer she pulls while it's going out? Hurry up. Hurry up and answer the question. Hurry up and bye.
Who you asking them?
I'm asking you as a male, and then I'm also asking any other men.
As you're pulling out, you're pulling your back in?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the sensation of the squeeze is impressive. So if you have that muscle control down there and stuff, you know what I mean?
But which one feels better? Going
well, if you're pulling out and she's pulling you back in, of course it feels better because you have that whole movement sucking you right back in. So yeah, that obviously feels better because that's what you want anyway.
Some girl said if I suck while he's going in, he's never getting in, which means she's already tight. She already got the jaws and grip down there. I thought that was a very interesting question because I teach women, I actually teach women to squeeze both, especially when you first insert, just to let them know, hey, I got that. You know what I mean? I got a snapper. But of course, you always, like, especially you show him, I don't want you out of me. Let me pull you back in. Let me pull you back in. But then when I saw this video today, I was like, oh my God, I got to repost this because I never thought about that. Because the girl was saying that she also teaches women to squeeze while he's leaving, while he's coming out. And some men was like, oh, no, squeeze while you're going in. And then like when I was reading some of the comments, I was like, yeah, I could kind of see, like sometimes, it might be harder because if you're trying to squeeze him while he's going in, it might actually come out. You know what I mean? Like it might, just depends on how, because you have to be an experienced gripper to grip while it's going in. I just wanted to know, having a penis is one of those things. See, like women, we really want to have a penis just for a day to see what you guys feel.
Morning, Miss Grippy.
We want to know what it feels like. Why y'all going crazy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what does it feel like, Nigel? Can you describe it?
I mean, it's hard to describe. You feeling the tensions. Like the whole point when you're inside a vagina, obviously you want to feel something. You want to feel some walls. You want to feel some friction. You don't want to just be in open space.
Oh.
And you can't feel nothing. You know what I mean? So the extra little grip by the squeezing and stuff is always a good thing.
So I have a question because we're going back to the uncharted territories, that power struggle. What happens when you guys establish rules? You've been doing good for a long time. And then that one time they cross a boundary. You know what I mean? What do? Do you forgive because, okay, this is something I knew there was a possibility that, whatever. Do you forgive? Do you're like, oh no, like there's no forgiveness. You knew what you were doing. You knew what the rules were. Like, how do you move forward when someone does cross a boundary? How do you pivot, I should say?
Like with any other crisis or situation.
And I want to hear honest answers because a lot of times, we say men cannot handle what we do. Men cannot handle what they do. Sorry. Men cannot handle the same type of hurt that they give women. They can handle it. But we all know that men take women back too. It's just not discussed. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of couples do have open situationships, but it's just not discussed. So you really don't know what's going on. So like, do you forgive? Like as a man, because I know as a woman that the shit is gonna hurt. You know what I mean? Like I think that we're so accustomed to forgiving because the older generation is like, oh, he's just a man. That's what men do. You must have to expect it. And then when you decided to open up Pandora's box, Candy Burris and Todd Tucker is another example. We don't know what happened. There's speculations that, they opened their bedroom and Todd just took it further. We don't know. We don't know what happened. But a lot of times women are to blame because they're like, oh, well, you let another woman come in your bedroom. Well, she like girls. Like, you like girls, no matter who you date, that person always has to be okay with it because you like girls. But what happens when those boundaries are crossed? Because we like to say that men don't forgive. Men do forgive.
Everybody does forgive.
Men do forgive. It's one of those things that they don't want the world to know about it. And I think that's the issue with a lot. I think that's actually the issue with cheating across the board. It hurts. I don't know if you guys have ever been cheated on. I've been cheated on and that shit hurt.
The issue is the disrespect with it. I think that's the main issue, just the disrespect.
I always say it's never what you do, it's always how you do it. So I always look at it as one of those things where these things are going to play a strong factor in your decision, how you move. If you knew the person, is this like a close friend to your girl, to your man, a coworker, someone that, you know, even if you were to tell your spouse, oh, I'm gonna leave them alone, but you always have access to them, are you really gonna leave them alone? Like a colleague or a baby mother, baby father, a friend of the family, a friend. I think those kind of things kind of play a role. One of your employees, one of your bosses. Yeah. But I agree with Nigel. I think a lot of, like, again, I've been cheated on before, you know. I still remember the first time I've ever been cheated. That's how bad that shit hurt. I still remember it. I was in my late teens, maybe. Yeah, I was in my 15. That shit really hurt, and I remember it. But I do think that it's one of those things for me, and I can't speak for everyone. It's definitely how you do it. If the whole world knows about it, I got to leave. No, I got because I'm embarrassed. I'm shame. You know, like everybody and mama know. I don't know how celebrities do it. I don't know how. Because listen, if I was a celebrity and you cheated on me, I got to go cheat with. I got to cheat back immediately. I got to let y'all know that it's okay. I was doing my own thing, so it's all right. It's all, you know, I gotta save face. I gotta make it seem like, you know, I'm not that hurt. I was doing my own thing. Meanwhile, I'm sliding down the shower wall. But I think that's the problem a lot of people have, like going back to T.I. and Tiny when that whole thing came out, they were cheating or whatever. It was one of those things where I'm sure Tiny knows. I'm sure, you know, like a lot of celebrities know that they aren't the only one, but the fucking world knows too. How disrespectful. Like you're not supposed to know. Or is it one of those things where you came home early from a trip and somebody's in your bed? Like certain things I don't think you could come back from. But I do think it's easier to fix if only you and your spouse knows about it. You know what I mean? Like the whole world don't know. How is it for men? Is it one of those it's a respect thing too? Kind of like pretty
It's
much what
always
I
gonna be
said.
about respect.
Y'all, I think
So
this
if
wine
you,
is kicking my ass. It's just a little bit.
it's always gonna be about respect. If you're being disrespectful about it and you're talking shit and you're doing the most about it, that's when shit just get crazy and violent.
Like if you find a video of her on her knees slobbing that shit down.
First thing I gonna wanna know is you never slob me like that. Like what the fuck? Like let me see, do the same shit you was just doing that shit. Let me see what it feel like. And if you can't duplicate it, we're gonna have a problem.
I'm just a real asshole.
We're gonna have a problem. Why you can't give me that type of slob? We're gonna have a problem. You gotta duplicate that same shit.
Nigel's a real ass
Reclaiming my time.
hole. Because, sir, what?
Reclaiming my time.
Nigel.
Reclaiming my time.
I don't believe you. I believe you'll be sliding down the shower wall too.
Yeah, I could do that after, but at the time, at the moment, I wanna see. I could slide on the wall. I could break down anytime after.
But in that moment, you got to get your knob slob.
Yeah, you got to duplicate it. Let me see, because that look interesting.
And is it one of those things where once a boundary is crossed, because people are always like, oh, well, they had an open relationship. So people think because you have an open relationship that there are no rules. Listen, how many people we know who are now divorced now or broken up and they had open relationships? There are rules, guys. There are rules. It's just that we're not invited to the rules. Outside people are not invited to the rules. There are rules. There might be a rule where you can't kiss this person. There might be a rule where there's no spending the night. Might be a rule where this can't be anyone you know. It has to be all outsiders. It can't. And see, that would be my issue. That would be my issue. You don't want the body count. Like if Nigel was to give me hall passes, first of all, I'd be like, this is a little suspicious, because Because I know y'all Pisces. Y'all are very, I keep telling people, unlike the Libras and the Geminis, where like a Gemini there's two people. Gemini is usually okay, heckle and jive, where this one is showing up right now in the moment, the other one is back chilling. It's like a Libra with the scale. Like they're never really balanced all the time. It's one is usually more dominant than the other. The scale is kind of, but there is rare that it's like this. So the Gemini, two people, it's rare that both of them show up at the same time. Unlike Pisces, remember, they're two different people all the time. There is no, oh, let me be normal. Two different people all the time. So y'all see cool, calm, collected. I see a coffin. So I don't know. I don't know.
Most serial killers are not Pisces and Scorpios, no?
Not Scorpios. We have nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that.
They are most.
But I knew those Pisces. I think Virgos are up there too. Virgos and Pisces. But people be thinking they cool with stuff until those lines are crossed. How do you bring back the trust? Because the lines, I keep telling y'all, the lines are gonna get crossed. The lines are gonna get crossed. One day we're gonna have that discussion where we're gonna talk about like the threesomes. We're gonna talk about the orgies. We're gonna talk about how y'all be out there doing some freak shit. But eventually, listen, you might come across some better dick. You might come across some better head. What do you do in that situation? Because who the fuck is giving up good dick? Let's be honest. Like, let's be completely honest. Who is giving up some good snatch? Just like that. It's a drug. The shit is hard to give up. You know what I mean? Like, so Nigel's been addicted for how many years? Damn, they're going on 30 years. Damn, they're going on 30 years. And you thought you was a G. You thought you was just going to be in and out. Look at you. So that's what I was getting ready to say earlier. So like with women, because remember, there are double standards. Women cannot do what men do. And hey, men can't do what women do. There are double standards. We live for them. We're okay with double standards. But like, I wouldn't want more body count. Like, I don't want more. And then I'm a routine person. I like my sex a certain way. I'm very big on sex. So I need it to be like top notch, like the way I like it. When I say top notch, I don't need all that freaky shit. But I need the way I like it, right? So new people, I want somebody to, like if Nigel was to give me a hall pass, it gotta be one of those things where you already know my body. Yeah, I'm not going through no new shit. I don't want no new body count. I don't want to add to the one that I've already slept with. Like I don't want to have 5 when I could just have 2. Stay with me, guys. Okay? We don't have high body count. We don't do that. Yeah. So that's an issue. Because I know for a fact, Nigel is not going to be like, yeah, you can sleep with somebody you don't already slept with. Because Nigel, you can't sleep with nobody you already slept with. I don't know. I don't want you to have extra holes either. Like, I wouldn't want your number count to I don't want you inviting new shit in. But then you don't want to invite old shit because feelings are there. But then you also have to understand that new people bring in feelings too. How y'all do this shit? How y'all do this shit? This has to, what I think open relationships, if we're talking from like an astrology point of view, it has to be air signs. I think air signs might be the only ones that actually, because y'all are closet jealous people. Y'all act like y'all not jealous, but y'all be jealous. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Nigel, you're not chiming in enough for me here.
Clearly the wine have you talking. Clearly. I'm nowhere near there.
Well, take your drink. Where's your drink?
I've been drinking.
Here, let's toast. Here. Okay, go ahead. What were you saying now? Cheers.
As I said, clearly.
Clearly what?
That wine have you right
I'm listening.
now. But you go ahead. You know me. Clearly.
Clearly what?
See? Fellas. Our little trick, right? And I should have known this from my even younger days. You don't need to go spend a whole shitload of money on dates and food and doing all that shit. Just get some fucking wine. You can get some cheap ass wine and just
no, don't do cheap. You can't do cheap because it'll give her a headache. It'll give her a headache.
You're not spending most set of money. Most wines are not that expensive anyway. Okay. You get a good, nice, cheap, sweetish wine.
Don't say cheap.
You get some sweet wine and just give it. Just give them.
Listen, y'all don't just go and picking up any old thing because then she might get a headache. Don't do that barefoot.
You could drink the whole bottle. That's all right. You could bring 2 bottles.
But wine really does go to the southern region. Like it really.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, it really does.
And the wine gonna take over. You ain't gotta do much. Trust.
But you will want to do a little. Okay, you will want to do something. Don't just not do anything. Put in some effort. You know what I mean? So when the boundaries are crossed, I want you guys to understand this, right? So I am that very realistic big sister, big cousin, auntie. You know what I mean? Like I want you guys to be very realistic. I tell you all the time, do the shit that you want to do because it just makes for a great story. We want to hear it. So do it, right? Do it. But you always have to understand that consequences are going to come with everything that you set out to do, right? So when those boundaries are crossed, when you establish an open relationship, you can't just say, okay, we're done because you decided to open those doors. That's when you go and see a professional. You guys might have to go to therapy. You guys might have to talk to somebody. Whatever you do, do not confide into a close friend. Whatever you do, hear me out. Look me in my eyes. Whatever you do, don't you ever confide into a close friend with your personal business. When it comes to your marriage and your relationship, go seek a professional. When I say professional, that person shouldn't even be in your same city. Like, go find somebody who won't know your business, right? And you try and work it out because you decided to open Pandora's box. Now, the same way that you were strong and open-minded enough to open Pandora's box, you need to be strong and strong enough and open-minded enough to know that, okay, people make mistakes. Like, hey, like, Susie, you probably should not have sucked that man's dick as long as you did. Now that you did, apologize and just don't ever do it again. You know what I mean? And you have to realize you have to rebuild trust. All of that.
How do you know Susie was sucking his dick too long? He was there?
He probably was there.
So what he was doing?
I keep saying there's rules, Nigel. I keep saying there's so many different dynamics and there's rules in every dynamic.
If he's watching the clock and watching all that shit, he ain't doing nothing. He's supposed to be doing something.
Like what?
Maybe eating some swat.
What's SWAT, first of all? What is that?
Eating some pussy.
You mean twat?
Twat, squat.
So your alcohol muffin, is getting to you too.
Whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. You judging me
and it's getting, no. Getting ready to have some good.
That's what he needed to be doing. If he watching and counting the seconds of how long Susie sucking, he ain't doing something. He not interested in that. So what is the point?
I just said there's rules in every dynamic. I don't know if that was one of their rules. I'm just actually just giving it, like a hypothetical situation.
That's crazy.
Like they might be at a party, you know what I mean? They might be at a party and she just did it a lot longer. She was just showing him a little bit more attention than. Listen, I have a feeling that we might be trying some new shit. Like, I think we might get some. I might get some ideas. Have you guys ever been to Nigel? Let's talk about this pads. What's your rules? What's the boundaries? Let me stop. My mother watches this. I'm just joking, guys. Just why I'm talking, I'm just joking. So we said respect is an issue. It's not necessarily what you do, it's how you do it.
Yeah.
And it's how you clean it up.
Right. Like if you know you fuck up, then you need to take your ownership of your fuck up, but don't be trying to fuck up and wrong about it and be right about your fuck up.
We're talking to the men now. Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Y'all listening, man?
You can't be wrong and then trying to be wrong and strong. Just take responsibility for your shit and keep it pushing, brother.
It gets you more ass, huh?
it saves a lot of the. I will. It will bring.
The nagging.
It will bring peace much faster too. It will bring peace much faster.
If you just own up to your shit. Listen, you have grown. That wasn't the night. You've grown, my guy. That's some great advice. But again, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I just think anybody who has somebody who matches their sex drive, who matches their freak level, and this person allows you to do what the average person just cannot do, but maybe want to do, you better hold on to that person because there's not too many of those people out there. It's not too many. Like doing after hours, being in this very high sex driven, high sex drive industry or whatever, people are doing some shit. People are doing some shit. And when you get someone who like matches your drive and matches your freak level and all that, you don't want to get rid of them. You don't want to F up. And I feel like anybody who does that is just really, really stupid. Because you had the world at your hands and you go and F it up because the moment got you. The moment.
At the end of the day, don't let a temporary decision, ruin.
But we also have to remember too, those spouses who are allowing the openness. You guys also have to understand that humans are human, and one thing humans are going to do is fuck up. That's just life. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times you don't try. Humans are going to fuck up. So I feel like on both ends, I agree that you need to be someone who is very respectful. If you decide to go that route of not being like the traditional monogamous couple, the non-traditional. I don't care how good it sounds to talk about what you do behind closed doors. I think that you should be very respectful to your partner so it can continue to be as strong and as lit. It's always those that no one knows. No one knows that these people are really doing what they're doing behind closed doors. It's always those couples that are living the effing life. There is power in secrecy. There is a lot of power. The more people don't know, the more they cannot attack. You know what I mean? Like no one can attack what they don't know. Yes, people can speculate, people can come up with rumors or whatever, but when they really don't know, there's no way to really attack your character, your marriage, your relationship, none of that. They don't really know what to attack. So it's you. If you out here and you love for your wife to Diddy and Cassie. I feel like this, as much as Diddy, not Diddy, as much as Cassie may have wanted justice, people will never look at Cassie the same anymore. Like never. I don't think that I could have gotten on stand and admitted any of that, like any of it, because nobody had to know. Nobody had to know. And the minute you put, what you are into, what you enjoy. And I listen, we were around here. I don't know. We're sitting here and we're joking and whatever. Guys, this is just entertainment. I'm Sherri Shabazz. I got to, be animated with my stories or whatever. But I'm not telling y'all what I really do behind closed. That's nobody's business. I don't want y'all attacking it. I want to keep having a good time. You know what I mean? But the minute I get on stand and I tell y'all, oh, I take 30 dicks in one night. No matter how much Nigel wants to be a man, y'all ain't gonna respect this man. Y'all are not going to respect him. Every time y'all see us out, y'all gonna be like, Sherri, what you think in your hand? Can I be next? That's gonna be y'all. Can I be next? Because the world knows. Even though I consented to it, even though he consented to it, the world knows that I could take 30 dicks down my throat in less than an hour. You're going to try me. You're going to try me. Just like I say this all the time. Just like women know when you have a hoe. Women know when your man a hoe. They are going to try you because Your man is all willy-nilly out here with his dick, just like, hey, where's like he's a free fall. Everybody know that they could climb him. Everybody know that they could sit on his face. Everybody know that they could get money out of him. Everybody knows this, so they're going to try you. So again, even though you want your relationship to be open and you are freaky and you love to do this and you love to do that, there has to be a level of respect there so no one is disrespected. Because unfortunately, when it comes to sex, a lot of people are very juvenile. We all say we grown, but when it comes to sex, we just talked about this last week. There are adults who consented to being in certain dynamics, and you guys still judge them. Still. But like I say, if y'all never told them, what could they judge? Y'all told them. Look, Tiana Taylor had no business telling us that she liked girls. And I get it. She can. That's her prerogative. You know what I mean? But while in a marriage, the first thing people did was like, oh, well, she opened her bedroom to other women. So yeah, what did she expect? Candy. We knew Candy loved licking coochie. She admitted it, and I'm not saying that these women do not have a right to say that. I'm just saying that the society that we live in, unfortunately, no matter how much you own your truth, people are going to judge you. I get judged. You know how many times I don't heard that I did X, Y, and Z because people think that shit don't bother me because I know when it comes to actual sex, you don't know what I do because I'm very private about that shit. I don't care what I may talk to you. I tell you guys what I want y'all to know. But like I know for a fact that I got that shit locked away in a vault. So if people are talking, it's speculations. But again, they can't speculate if I didn't get them any type of ammunition. That'd be the thing. Like we give y'all. I run a whole damn sex business. So of course y'all think I'm nasty. I'm vanilla as fuck. But hey, y'all can think what y'all want to think because I put it out there. I did that. That was me. Nigel, you have any closing remarks before we go?
You have titted dicks in your mouth in one night.
That's nobody's business, but
bro,
you still remember that, huh?
I would remember that. You wouldn't even be able to talk to me. Old dicky mouth, like shit. That shit. Like go brush your damn teeth. Go get some Listerine. Get whatever it is. Like that's a lot of mileage between your teeth.
Never ever talk to me no more.
What the? I don't care.
No, you would never talk to me anymore.
Open, close, indifferent. That's a whole lot of shit. That ain't no open marriage. That's prostitution. I like shit. We need to be making $10,000 a slurp or some sort of shit, or 50,000 a slurp. You doing that much? That can't be for fun.
What is wrong with
that? That can't be for fun. That you gotta be talking about some money.
I gave a whole dissertation, and Nigel. Listen, we have heard doing after hours, have we not, Nigel? Doing after hours, we have heard some of the most extreme situations. Do you remember Atlanta after the show and the shit story? We have heard some extreme situations, and these people are in a relationship.
The world is full.
I respect those. I respect those who live in their truth, though. Like I would never. I'm not gonna say never judge because I'm a judger, but I don't judge. Like I keep telling y'all, like my judging is a little different. It's one of those, girl, I will never do that shit. Like what the fuck? But please tell me more. Like I'm invested, and I will never tell anybody this. Like I'm not telling you secrets. Like I'm that kind of judger. Like please, more details. I want to know. But bitch, what the fuck? Like that. Don't you know STDs exist? Like, that's what I like. I judge like that. Not good for me, but I want to hear the story. That kind of thing. Totally forgot what I was going to say. What?
Ain't nothing changed.
This man is on these 30 penises.
No.
Sucking these 30 penises. He's still.
You always be losing your freaking train of thought.
Nigel, we are Oh, I have a mic. They probably still heard that. They heard that.
I don't know.
And it should be right here because your kids are upstairs. So that shit should be right here. Right here. That's just like I tell people all the time. Tell people all the time. Tell people all the time. This all the time. Depending on the people you mess with, I can't mess with you. Like I will never forget my first boyfriend. Don't want to bring him up. My first boyfriend. There were a lot of red flags, but whatever. You know, you're young. But when I saw with my own two eyes him pull at the other girl's skirt and the girl who it was, I was like, you could never like I can't deal with you. Like you like roaches. The fuck's wrong with you? That's something else too. Like, yeah, you could have these open dynamics or whatever, but like Nigel, if we was to ever open this up and I say, okay, yeah, you can go sleep with X, Y, and Z. She can't just be anybody either. Like, there is no way to crawl into a roach and then come home to me. That's so not cool. And I think as a male, you'll feel the same way. Like, I just can't go and get just say any old penis come and insert him in me. And then you be okay with that. Like, I don't know. Do y'all men care about stuff like that? Because I don't know, because sometimes y'all don't. Y'all,
I mean, it depends.
Y'all like
depends on who it is. Everybody, every moldy bread have a every.
Yeah, but no moldy bread can't. That moldy bread should not be able to touch you though. Like, and then you expect me to go.
That moldy bread is for that particular individual. Everybody have their standards. So you gonna have your standards. Somebody gonna have their standards.
I'm talking about me and you. Don't forget to do your Kegels. Don't forget to do your Kegels. You can do them right now. I'm doing mine right now. Squeeze, men, they are for you too. They really help your pelvic region. They help bladder control. They help with keeping erections. Listen, they're for men as well if you guys don't know how to do them. You know, when you're peeing and you stop mid-pee, like you stop your piss, that's a Kegel. And like when your penis is jumping and we're like, oh, do that again. Kegel, okay? So men and women, squeeze. Like I said, I'm doing it right now. You don't even know that I'm doing it. Keep your affairs to yourself. The world does not have to know, but also remember what happens in the dark comes to the light. Just tell me, you know, we love a good story over here at After Hours. We don't judge. We judge, but we don't judge. Don't forget to get the book. You can go to Amazon.com, type in Pleasure Principle by Shabazz.com. 5 stars. It's a really good book, and I'm not just saying it because I wrote it. Like, get the book and make that shit go viral, guys. Can we make this book circulate in the hands of the Lord? Tax season, if you need an accountant, Nigel is your guy. He's not going to give you extra kids or businesses. So if you're looking for that, you need to go down to them people and do that, but not jokes. I can't do a joke. Kids. Tour is coming soon. The Florida tour. This summer. So shave your vaginas, wax your vaginas, do all the things to get sexy. What else? Please search SherriShabazz.com.
And subscribe, like and subscribe.
And tell a friend to tell a friend. We will see you guys next week. Cheers. Adios. Love me out. I'm gonna do it.